Transformers fans, thanks for joining us for another Hasbro Pulse fan stream. We're super excited to be here. I'm joined today by my good friends, Mark and Evan. Hey guys.
Hello.
So we have a lot of stuff to talk about today. We're sure everybody went out and saw Rise of the Beast. We were #1 movie opening weekend. Thank you so much to everyone who went out and saw it. We all got a chance to go to the premiere in Brooklyn, really feel that Brooklyn energy and be there with the stars and get a chance to go and do something fun as a team, so that was great.
Yeah.
Thank you to all. So, talking Rise of the Beast, we clearly have some more Rise of the Beast Studio Series toys. This first one we're going to show you finally the real version of. We revealed the renders, breakout character of the movie if you haven't seen or know yet, none other than our Porsche licensed Mirage.
Yeah, we'll try not to do any spoilers.
Yeah.
I mean, because I'm sure people are still
There's
trying
still some
to go
people that
see.
definitely
Yeah,
haven't seen it.
for
So
sure.
we're gonna try to not spoil for you, but let's definitely look at the toys. So
Okay, so we are covering for Sam today, because this is one of the items that he worked on. So Mirage is a 1994 Porsche 964911 RS 3.8 vehicle modified for use in the film.
nailed it.
I love how he has his arm cannon. That's a nice little feature right there. That looks good. I mean, the Porsche is obviously ridiculous. That's a licensed Porsche, correct?
Licensed
it is.
Porsche.
Licensed Porsche.
Absolutely everything on it is painted silver to match like that, just the metallic silver look in the film. Looks fantastic. The only thing that we have to talk about with Mirage is that we are updating the deco on his face to better match the movie.
Yes.
When this figure was in development, it was based off of concept art that we had at the time, and then obviously things move and shift slightly. So
Always.
yeah, we'll be adding a bit more blue to his face. Yeah, things like that.
And the blue actually really pops on that vehicle mode as well.
Absolutely.
Who'd worked on this at Takara Tomy? Do we know?
I don't
We
know.
don't really
Actually,
know. We don't really know.
We'll have to give the shout out when I'm sure Sam will when he does his post about how he worked on all of this.
Yes.
To be sure, follow him. I'm sure everybody already is on social media. Sam will definitely give you the down low on this when he gets a chance. So this item will be available for pre-order today. We'll go through all of that at the end, but you will get a chance to pre-order Mirage Deluxe class. I don't think we actually said what size he was. Clearly fits into scale with Bumblebee and the other vehicles in the line. So we couldn't only talk about Mirage. There was another breakout character from the film, I think, at least for me, mainly because I think this person really got a chance to come into his own as Primal from the last time he voiced Primal. So let's show off leader class, Optimus Primal.
Primal was my favorite out of
I really enjoyed
the movie.
Primal.
I think
Without giving away like how important he was.
Of course. But I mean, you can just you feel the presence as soon as he hits the screen, especially in those speakers.
he does a fantastic job.
He does.
Yeah.
Really does.
There's some great back and forth with him and Peter Cullen as Optimus Prime.
Yes.
Yeah. Obviously, huge Beast War fans, I think all of us, so it was great to kind of see him on screen. But yeah, so this is leader class Optimus Primal. Worked on this with Shusan, and after seeing the movie, because this was also based off of early concept art in CAD, we're going to be darkening him slightly in final production. So right now, he's just a little too light compared to how he showed up in the film. But there's a lot of cool stuff here.
It comes with the transwarp key, which is awesome. Without giving anything away about the movie,
That's
clearly
right.
something that you need to,
The
I think it's
MacGuffin.
the first transwarp key toy thing. It comes in 2 pieces.
I wonder
That's
why.
Something, maybe. I mean, this weapon he comes with is just like over the top compared to like his Beast Wars version, right?
It is. And it's like we had the CAD for it, and so clearly it was intended to be in the film, and then the chain was not in the film. So it's just one of those things.
I mean, that's a cool accessory for everybody.
Exactly. So I guess let's start talking about the Beast mode just a little bit.
let's
So
do it.
obviously he has his 8 mode. He's very posable. Because he is leader scale, he has like fantastic articulation to the point where he has the butterfly hinges, so he can do like the very iconic chest beating that all gorillas do. His mouth opens. He's got articulated fingers. Yeah,
He's got all the things.
He's got all the things.
It was always one of those, like when we started developing it, like Primal has been a Voyager per se, like with Kingdom, right? We're like, nope, has to be a leader. Here's why. We got to do all these things. Plus, he's just
big.
monstrous in the movie. Like, I mean, all the beasts are right there.
I love how you have the nice weapon storage on the back, though, in Beast Mode. That's kind of a nice little hint there. I like that. I like the way that looks, actually.
And he also comes with, because we couldn't fit it into the Voyager Optimus Prime, he comes with the axe for Optimus Prime.
Oh,
Wow,
perfect.
that's cool.
It was like we had a little bit of room left in the tool. It's like, is there another accessory you want to add in? And it's like, oh, we couldn't fit this in before. 2024 for that Voyager Optimus Prime. So let's get that.
Is it iconic to the movie?
I mean, it's just a little bit.
Maybe.
Let's talk about this robot mode because that face sculpt is outstanding.
Yeah, it came out very well, I think. And actually, let's also just get the chain.
Even the sculpted texture. I mean, obviously coming off of Kingdom, we got that treatment nailed, and it really does carry throughout this character right here.
Yeah, it always helps when we get like the movie CAD and we can be like, okay, we can use PVC molds on that, and it turned out fantastic.
So good.
Yeah, but what's also really nice is when we take some of these characters and we bump them up, it's so that we can do the best versions of them.
Yep.
So there's no hollow joints in this character. Like he's thick and all over. It's just nice. But then you also get like this fun like chain accessory that hinges any and every way. So he can fling it around and like all that stuff.
I can't wait to see the pictures when everybody gets this in hand.
I just hear the voice in my head. I want to play with the toy, and like I can't wait to get the actual film so I can just have the toy with me watching the film. You know what I mean?
It's going to be so good.
Yeah, but the axe can also attach to the chain as well.
Oh,
yeah,
sick. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, it's
You
just
can go full on like crazy medieval, just whipping around your axe. That's going to be
everything's
fun.
5mm port system. That was
5mm, 3mm.
Our
So
usual
it's like,
system. That's
we bounce between them.
throughout.
All right, so that's going to do it for new Rise of the Beast reveal today. We're not done with Rise of the Beast reveals by any means. We have some new stuff that we'll be showing off at Comic-Con, so come join Evan and I. We'll be there at Comic-Con doing our panel on Thursday. That was officially announced on the site this past week, I think, for the Comic-Con site.
If not, breaking news.
Yeah, it's not breaking news. And also, we have more Rise of the Beast going in 2024. I've already covered that on a podcast a few weeks ago, probably about a month ago or so now. That we're not done. There's clearly more characters to do from this film. Again, thank you to everyone who's gone out and seen it. For anybody who hasn't had a chance to pick up the first wave of stuff, as well as Rhinox, head on over to Hasbro Pulse. Clearly, Wave 1 is up there. You get your Bumblebee, your Cheetor, your Air Razor, your RC, your Freezer. And then those are available now,
good.
right?
The film is so good. This film just like really won me over quite a bit, and I just can't wait to get all the toys. I can't wait to get to the whole squad.
And then you still get a chance to pre-order Rhinox if you haven't yet, so you can build out your Beast collection once you see the movie if you haven't. Clearly amazing. I love all of these. These are fun. We've done a great job.
I'm happy to hear that.
So, we have another new reveal today. This one being a Hasbro Pulse exclusive, shifting from Studio Series. We're going to take a little journey to the world of Legacy, but not Legacy and stuff we've pipeline revealed yet. We have a fun... I actually think this is like a perfect gift item, right? If you have a kid who you're trying to get into Transformers, but they're not into the ready to be the crazy, highly articulated toys that we do, our core class is great for that. And we kind of came up with an idea, Evan, I should say, kind of came up with an idea and pitched it to all of us. He's like, core class Optimus Prime needs a trailer. And the core class Optimus Prime trailer needs to fit Bumblebee. And we need to make this fun little G1 playset that everybody's going to go get. So we were like, Pulse, this is a great place. We wanted to do something fun, perfect gift item. So core class Optimus Prime Bumblebee playset. Let's talk about it.
And then it suddenly appeared. It wasn't just me. I know Mark and I had talked about it quite a bit. Where it's just like
once you saw that core Optimus Prime, and we did release that Bumblebee once in the Target program, I believe.
Yeah, and we only used it once.
We only used it. It's so they look so good together.
Yeah.
Such a cool micro scale, basically.
Yes. I mean, animation scale-wise, Bumblebee should only be up to about his thighs. But
True.
I mean, but it's core class. These are fantastic desk toys. So, I mean, what we've taken here is we've given him an appropriately sized trailer. For alt mode. I know sometimes we get harped on for making the trailer a little small. This time, it's a chunky boy, and that's because it is made to fit core class Bumblebee. Inside the trailer, you get everything that like the G1 toy and animation came
with. You got a roller in there?
Really on point with the inside of the trailer.
You've got Roller who can roll around. You can also... I'm sorry, Optimus.
That's all right. That's okay. Now, does the roller actually fit into the trailer as well?
I mean, he's always in there. Roller can actually also pull the trailer if he needs to.
Yes,
so
you know I wanted that.
It's like a playset in a box. You literally can do a G1 episode with this set.
Yep, you can pull the trailer. If you want, you can take the Medi drone.
It's the little launcher, a little tank.
Auto launcher. That's his name.
Launcher.
Thank you.
There you go. Yeah.
You can attach him to Roller as well, so they can...
I love that blue on him, too. He looks good.
Yeah.
You even got the Energon axe in
Yep,
there.
the Energon axe is there, so obviously this can also stand to do the repair bay motion.
That's right.
Yeah, we tried to... So worked on this with Itoku-san. This is one of the last things that we worked on together before he moved on to Masterpiece.
And this is a mini masterpiece.
This is a mini masterpiece.
Yeah, for sure.
So this is great. All right, so let's recap. First 3 items we've shown you today, all available for pre-order today. Hasbro Pulse and other fine toy establishments at 1 p.m. Eastern. So again, Studio Series Deluxe Mirage, Studio Series Leader Optimus Primal, and then your Hasbro Pulse exclusive available only at Hasbro Pulse. Today at 1 p.m. Eastern is this Core Class Legacy Evolution Optimus Prime Bumblebee playset, gift set. Just Core Class is doing great. Everybody really tells us how much they love it. We wanted, scale. Yeah, it's fun, it's easy. You can put out the whole collection. It's all A-tier characters. It's fun. It's very fun.
This is a must-have for me. Yeah. I'm definitely going to be harassing you guys for extra copies of this.
Perfect. All right. So, sticking with Legacy, we pipelined Legacy Wave 4. Last time Evan and I were on.
Oh, so that's right.
We covered all the characters.
Little
sneak peek to let everybody know who was coming. So let's do, first, we're going to do Shadow Striker. Let's go.
Oh, all right. Diving right in here.
So Deluxe Class Shadow Striker. This one needed a little bit longer development time. So it got pushed waves, right? So
It did.
Yeah.
It did. Worked on this with Tomo-san, and then Hasui-san came in from Takara and just really blew our minds on this. So as you know, Shadow Striker was more or less a standout character from our Cyberverse series. A lot of people loved her, and so did I. And she has that little kind of gimmick in the Cyberverse series where she's almost like an amalgamation of parts.
Yeah.
Which is... It kind of worked here very, very nicely, where it's like we kind of wanted to lean into that. So the first direction of this was to kind of do the original Shadow Striker, which appeared, I think, in the Universe line. I believe
it was an exclusive.
It was an exclusive.
Yeah,
that's right.
It might have been a convention exclusive with Roulette, I think.
With Roulette, and it was based off of that Sideburn mold from the 2001 Robots in Disguise series. So. Something like that mold, which was the original, like, kind of first iteration of your Shadow Striker. So since this is Legacy, we kind of looked at that mold and was just like, how do we kind of combine that original? How do we put it together? And it was very, very difficult, as all of these mixtures of worlds kind of end up being. But I think Hasui-san really, really nailed it. I mean, she has her blaster weapon that also actually alts as a dagger. She has these cool, like, door panels that are almost like a cape in the back.
Yeah, I was looking at that. That's really freaking cool.
Yeah, when you get this in hand, you're really, really gonna love her, because there's a lot of cool, like, transformation attributes here that are really nice. And then the shield, that's also the car roof. The car roof is actually, the car itself is very, very sleek. We tried to keep the front as the concept art from the Cyberverse series. Her deco on the head really came out amazing.
Yep, I love
the sculpt on the face. It's just that, like, the monocle eye.
It's very Cyberverse. Like, nailed it. Like, getting it all blended together.
That is correct.
I love how sleek she is, especially when we're talking about that original figure. That Sideburn mold had so much kibble. And this is just, it's very sleek, and I want to play with it.
Yeah, it's definitely like one of those really highly articulated Legacy toys that you really can get this thing in some wild poses. Yeah, you really do enjoy it. I actually, I'm very, very excited about this. I'm very excited for everyone to get their hands on her.
So the rest of the stream could just be about her.
Could be. Well, let's not do that. We have. I think our next one is going to be pretty exciting too. We're going to stick with Deluxe for a minute. We have started. We've done some Insecticons, right, so far this year.
Just a few.
I think maybe there's one more for the original trio. Everybody's excited. Noah's coming, so let's talk about Bombshell, right?
Ooh. Finally. You know you've been waiting for them. So this was actually a challenge here. I worked on all the Insecticons with Shusan and Takara Tomy, and when I came to the deco, I was like, all right, so the animated series, he's all basically charcoal gray in a way.
When he goes to robot mode, it is infuriating. Yeah. When he turns into the insect, he's purple again. It's like, where did it go?
Where did purple go?
Yeah.
But
no, I feel you.
on the toy, I just had to stick with the purple, of course. I mean, maybe in a future release, maybe we could do the all charcoal version, but like this was obviously the bombshell that everybody wants. You know what I mean? And also, we did open up the canopy a little bit as well, because that is accurate to the series as well, the way it looks. And so I thought that was kind of beholden. The thing about the Insecticons here that I love that's updated from the G1 verse is they actually do have back legs that alts as like little blasters, and they're on 5mm ports. So this guy's actually weaponed out pretty well.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so I thought that was like a really nice nod to put it in there, because we never really saw that in any Insecticons.
And I think the fans have kind of spoken that they really like the Insecticons, right? They tend to be like when the wave comes out, the ones that, move really quickly. So, shrapnel, so you can see them together.
See,
so good.
The hive ready.
So good.
Yeah.
All right. We got more deluxes,
all right, we got
right?
more. We got more.
We got a lot. So, let's do another female. I think everybody's going to be really excited about this figure, personally. When we started talking about how to get her into the line, we definitely excited everybody in the building. For anybody that's ever had a chance to walk around in the building here, she's actually from RID 2015. Her artwork is outside our war room on the wall. So Strong Arm, let's talk about Strong Arm.
Let's jump right into the vehicle first here. The vehicle, I believe Koku-san at Takara Tomy worked with me on her, and like the vehicle mode is obviously like a reshelled Alita 1, but you can't even tell. This thing is blasting right out of the RID animation. We went ham on the deco scheme as well, if you could tell. We even gave her the handheld blaster that she does have in the series. The face deco is absolutely overboard. I was definitely arguing with a lot of engineers to try to get that face sculpt.
I was looking at that and I was like, you put it all in her face. Okay, that's fine.
But it's wild. You get the translucent light bar. That's on a 5mm post as well. I mean, even her door panels fan out in the back, which was very difficult to do off of a partial, of course.
But the wizards at Takara make everything possible.
Dude, wave the magic wand and alakazam. This thing is really dope.
This is great. And it brings in another level of fandom into Legacy too, right? Like, again, we're listening. We want to make Legacy encompass Transformers fans from any generation. You guys have joined in 2015. You joined in 2001, 1984. After you were born, like the rest of us, So 2007 with live action, we have all we want to do things for everybody.
Yep. Yeah, because the RID series had a lot of gems. A lot of outstanding characters.
We have one more deluxe to talk about, and I realized I kind of skipped over core class. So after deluxe,
we can do that after.
We're going to go back to core class because we have something fun to talk about there. So our final deluxe, I think this one's going to be a little bit of out there for some people, but I also think a lot of people are going to be very excited as soon as they get to physically see this. We're going to bring in Detritus.
So obviously, as you know, the year of Legacy here is Junkions, but you can't have a Junkion ruled Legacy series without Detritus, because he is a Junkion, and the beautiful part about Detritus is kind of like he's an arms dealer, so he can play both sides. So he does have an Autobot and a Decepticon symbol on this character. You actually worked on this for me, Evan, which was very grateful that you helped me out.
You were slammed at the time, and I was happy to help. But yeah,
who doesn't love facial hair Transformers though, right? Like every time we get to do something with facial hair, it just stands out because it's different. And maybe some people on the team really feel that facial hair is great. I don't know. I'm just lazy and my wife likes my beard, so I luck out. So.
If you're a Junkion, you should be rocking something.
It's fair. It's fair.
It's very true.
All right. So that does it for Legacy Evolution Wave 4 reveals, for the deluxes anyways. So like I said, we skipped over core class, not on purpose, but we have some fun stuff to show.
We're going with the flow, it's live, whatever.
It's live. We've done 5 Dinobots. We have a 6th Dinobot, right?
We do.
Let's show off our final Dinobot by himself of the year. We have Snarl. This is going to be great. again, I mean, I love all of these Dinobots, but
I mean, yeah, well, we're only showing off Snarl. There's a lot to show off.
That's true.
So,
There is a lot.
all right, so yeah, everybody, here's the final Dinobot that you're waiting to complete your core class collection of Dinobots.
so good.
Nice pose.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, that's pretty fresh.
It's hanging on there with a hope and a prayer.
I like that he comes with his sword.
Yeah, he does come with his sword. I mean, I feel like sometimes Snarl gets the shaft. And
Yeah, I
it's
don't
like,
know why.
I don't know why
I
either.
like Stegosaurus a lot.
Yeah. Now, granted, with him, I did have to use molded gold on him because he has so much compared to the others, which is what I had to do for the leader scale one as well.
I was gonna say it actually came out nice, and
Well,
you know what I also have noticed? I think this is my first time really studying this. Is that like he doesn't really have a lot of hollowness to him at all. Like he's filled out in the legs quite a bit.
I feel like because he was the last one, we kind of figured out what we were doing and knew how to do it best by then.
Oh my God, look at this.
Yeah.
Look at
So-
this.
1984, eat your heart out. You can get all your Dinobots at once. It's always funny. It was one of the biggest complaints we always get from everybody. Is like, I want to buy all my Dinobots at once. And
Yeah.
they were like, we're gonna do it. We're gonna give you
I
a
just
chance.
realized we need to get a core wheeljack up in here somewhere because now we got the Optimus and Bumblebee.
Yeah,
Now we
yeah.
got all the dinos.
And then we'll get there.
And then
Yeah.
clearly there was a bigger plan here altogether,
Yeah.
right? So this is your chance. Now you get to see Volcanicus in his complete form. We've been teasing this along the way, so
We have. So here he is all together. Please excuse the fact that the Grimlock that is attached to his foot is unpainted. Someone keeps stealing my painted Grimlocks. So,
I'm not gonna
yeah.
fess up to it. It's not me.
but yeah, here we go. Here they are all built together. Articulation-wise in combine mode, it's really impressive what we're able to do for a core class combiner. Like, since we've established core class, this is the first combiner. We have done smaller combiners before, but in core class, this is our first. And I'm pleased as punch with
He's
this.
thunderous.
Yeah.
Yeah. He commands respect on that platform. For
I mean,
sure.
just because of like the way that
Wow,
you can
look
pose
at
him
that.
out, like he can. Yeah, I don't know. It's just like
full on turbo kick.
Wow,
Yeah.
impressive.
yeah.
Awesome. That's very awesome.
Yeah, but no, I'm hoping other folks who have been building along and making crazy monstrosities out of these guys because they build with the 5mm port system.
Oh my
Oh
God.
yeah, there's
Yeah.
been some great posts.
Bob Bender.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, all.
I love social media.
Yeah,
keep sending them to us. Keep tagging us. It's great. We love every bit of it.
Amazing to see.
And then good news for anybody who like wasn't aware or didn't realize maybe that we were going to do all the Dinobots and skipped Sludge and Slug in Wave 1. I know we were pretty obvious about it, but you know some people just don't want to buy in. Now that you're seeing Volcanicus, we did pull those two as carry forwards into Wave 4. So out at retail when the wave hits shelf later this fall,
Good move.
you'll have a
That
chance
is
to get
awesome.
Slug and Sludge in case you missed them the first time. But I'm
job.
pretty sure they're also still available on Hasbro Pulse, so you can
Sweet.
pre-order them right now while you're pre-ordering your Snarls to make sure you can put the whole thing together.
Yeah.
This is really awesome. All right, so that does it for core class. Volcanicus, clearly great, very exciting. Again, when you go pre-order this, make sure you pick up the rest so you can put together your Volcanicus. So now that we did core class, let's go back to the normal order that we normally work in. So we're gonna go to Voyager class. This one I'm very excited about because I really love the colors on this. So we got Voyager class Bludgeon. I also just like, crazy heads. This is a super
He's got
fun
one of the
here. He
craziest,
does.
yeah.
And the sword, I mean, is kind of absolutely ridiculous as well. So, Mark, I mean,
So Yuya over at Takara worked on this with me, and this is based on the Alex Milne version of the IDW series Bludgeon. That is obviously a redeco of Tarn, but as you can see, the new alt head and then the sword, which is really nice. The sculpted detail on the
fantastic.
sword came out really nice.
colors are so bright.
The colors are wild. The colors actually on the robot mode here are the correct colors. The orange here on the vehicle mode went a little too bright, so I darkened it a bit. And they did actually, the green really pops. Yeah, I mean, Bludgeon's just got one of those color schemes that I think kind of reigns
But I
supreme.
mean, the day we revealed Tarn PulseCon last year was just like, I think by the time I got home, there was already a Digibash online, like, we're totally getting a Bludgeon. So clearly you guys knew what the plan was from the get-go, what was happening.
He does give Cyberverse vibes of the Bludgeon
bit,
that was shown there, which is, I kind of like that Bludgeon quite a bit. So this really does. I mean, Yuya always crushes it with the finger articulation and the extra articulation throughout. The poses right here that you can really strike with them are just stunning. The sculpt of the head as well. Tried to nail it. he's actually got like an open head, open mouth sculpt that he's got like a little hot red op in
kind of
there.
like the smoke coming out from the comic.
Yeah.
So, and he still has the Evo fusion ability from Tarn. You can put the cannon together and have your big giant, gun.
A lot of accessories here.
So,
He's pretty decked out as well in accessories. The two cannons come off, and then that piece on the back comes off. You have multiple different loadouts. You got the sword. Yeah, it's
so good. All right.
Looks fantastic.
So wave 4, we have one more Voyager left. I think this one probably is like the most exciting because it's a new character, right? So, and I think everybody's been waiting for this. This is the catalyst piece for the Junkions. I think this will be the thing that makes it so everybody can really give us those crazy builds once they get this in hand.
Like they already haven't been building.
I mean, they have been building. It's been insane. But like this is going to really pull it together. I also really just love how this came out. Like, you guys killed it. So, Trash Master. You helped name this too, right?
Yeah. I mean, worked with Rebecca on copy, and there was like curbside. We were going back and forth with all kinds of different versions of the names. But shout out to Marcelo Martiri, who actually worked on a lot of the Junkions for concept art, and then Ajima-san brought it home on the transformation sequence, worked with him closely on the transformation sequence of this dude, and as you can see, he's got the big trash compactor weapon there, which is really cool. I mean, there's a lot of cool accessories with this character as well. You know what? I'll break out a little scrap hook here, so you can actually see the Evo Fusion in its world here, because all the buildable platform here on these guys is just such a fun platform to just go wild with. Just let your imagination just get crazy. You know what I mean? So the front does come off here, pops off. Actually, as you can see in robot mode, I actually flexed his big shoulders a little bit more. I kind of like to keep them up there instead of in the back. I just think it's a cleaner looking mode. But you can see the front of Scrap Hook here. Let me show the camera here. That like locks in quite. Oh, that's right. I think
you got to take the blast.
Yeah, but I kind of want to show them with the engine. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
I don't know, like this crazy, like
the new
Winnebago.
I'm going camping in my Trash Master. It's gonna be great. So
yeah, I mean the colors are all matching to the other Junkions. I mean it's just really nice to get the Voyager class to have a Junkion, and he does kind of like command a presence.
Yeah, and I love the trash arms, like very perfect to like what you're used to seeing come and pick up big commercial trash.
It's funny when
it fits in Planet of Junk, right?
When we were working on this, I actually went to a waste management place and I started taking pictures of all the dump trucks. It's wild how many like details and everything came across in this.
But the good news is that in the apocalypse and in the Planet of Junk, they're still picking up trash. So we have made sure that the Junkion's trash gets picked up. So yeah, I can't wait to see what people pull off with this.
Oh, I know. There's I'll try to post a hidden little combined thing going on there. There might be something that was pre-planned. We'll see.
Okay. Well, that's a little hint. Make sure if you're not following Mark on social media already, make sure you do. So that does it for our Voyager pipeline reveal. So we have one new leader class in the final wave of the year. We totally pipelined this, but everybody knew it was coming as soon as we did Skyquake. But look at this, Blue Glory.
Blue Glory is correct. I mean, obviously, Dreadwing and the Prime series was a little bit more prominent from having a lot more parts than Skyquake. But I mean, in this mold, Yugi-san that worked on this, and we changed up a lot of the deco ops. As you can see, he's got like the flight Decepticon symbol on him, which was a nice little like hint in the series that had it. Also, we got a new piece on the front of the Gatling gun, which is more or less like his big, huge blaster that he showcased in the animation.
Perfect.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. It's a fantastic mold.
It still has the playability of needle nose in case there's other things eventually coming.
You can still dock on top with those two tabs. You know what? On the cockpit, as you can see, the translucent light piping in the red. The cockpit in the series is like a silver, so we actually ended up doing like a nice tinted silver like overspray in the cockpit. And I just think it's so cool in the cockpit that you can actually see the seats.
I love it.
Been trying to do that more. Like that
really
was such a nice little detail. Like I said, shout out to Yuki-san. He went ham on this, and it's a gorgeous figure.
So good. All right. So that does it for Legacy Wave 4 reveals. There's a lot there. We don't have a pre-order date for them yet. We will definitely get back to you on that. Make sure to keep an eye on social media, Hasbro Pulse, Transformers Official, as well as all of our socials. We will do that. So before, we have a little bit more stuff to go over. We have a couple things we're going to recap that pre-ordered last week. We want to talk to you about them because these guys worked really hard on both of them. Each of you worked on one. And we have two more things to reveal that are going to pre-order later this week. But before we do that, we had a good friend of the brand stop by to talk about some awesome artwork. Rich Pellegrino is a good friend of ours, happens to live in Massachusetts. He has a couple prints coming out at More Art Gallery today, actually. So let's take a look at that. Hey Transformers fans, great to see you. Having a chance to sit down with our good friend Rich Pellegrino here. Thank you for joining us. Why don't you introduce yourself?
Oh, thank you for having me, Ben. This is a great honor for me. I'm a huge fan of the Transformers brand, and can't believe I'm sitting here with you guys right now.
Perfect. Thanks for coming in. So, to give you guys a little bit of info, Rich has a couple of fun prints coming out for Transformers that will actually release today with More Art Gallery. So, let's talk about it. So we're going to throw up on the screen here. Let's take a look. We have the toy version of this, right? That's the start.
So I went with the original 84, 85, well, the 84 More Than Meets the Eye episode, and I did a toyed up stickered version and went for the old Sears catalog vintage look on it.
It's so good. I love, like, you got the Autobot head, the icon, the shield stretching out, looks just like the animation, the grids behind it.
Yep.
It's a lot of really good stuff. You got everybody in here, right?
I don't have everybody, so I actually did do a little bit of, and please don't at me in the comments, I did drop Huffer, Gears, and I think Wind Charger from the More Than Meets the Eye miniseries.
Oh, man.
I don't know, they just used to get on my nerves when I was a kid.
Wait till Mark sees it. Huffer's his boy.
I'm sorry.
So it's going to be, it'll be funny. So there's also another version of the same poster, but you change it up quite a bit and gives it a very different look. So let's take a look at, this is the animation version, right?
Right, yeah. So I did two versions because I'm a total nerd and a huge fan of this this whole thing. And so the cartoon version is just how we saw them as a kid on the screen. But the toys I had looked kind of not so much like what was on the TV, so I had to go with the two versions, like what I wish I had when I was a kid.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. So why don't you were super nice. You sent us this great video of your entire process of like how it works, and like awesome that you get to record as you're doing this digital painting. So we're gonna throw that video up here for all you fans. You get to kind of look at Rich's process. So let's like talk about how you work through creating this and putting it together.
So the whole process for this one took a long time, and I knew I wanted to kind of evoke the original intro, right? And then drawing each figure. So once I kind of had an idea for the composition, like Prime would be in the front, I'd had to have Bumblebee and Wheeljack and his right-hand man, Jazz and Ironhide right next to him on his sides. And then it was kind of parsing out who goes with who. So Sunstreaker and Sideswipe would be there together because they're brothers and all that. And on the other side, you got Cliffjumper and Hound. They were, really good friends in the beginning too, right? So as far as like the drawing goes, once I have like a loose sketch down, I'll either take pictures of figures I have or find something I can, like through either screenshots or pictures online, and then just draw inspiration from that. And try to get it as close to the old cartoon accuracy as possible, which took a lot of time because there were so many versions of how they were drawn sometimes in each episode. So yeah, it was really interesting. And then the whole process is just done in Procreate. So just starting with blocks and then rendering it out.
Yeah, it's awesome to watch. Like in this video, when you sent it to me and I got to look at it, like seeing like the layers build and like how you bounce back around to make sure you're building each character up the same way. Or like I think if you notice in the video, there's the part of Braun's leg where you're like, it looks kind of flat, but then you get that element of like where his joint is from his foot, and I was like, there it is, like that's Braun. And then and Evan shares your pain, I promise. Like when he works on the 86 Studio Series stuff, he's just like watching, he's like, in this scene it's that, but this scene it's that, and then he's got his Pantone book out, so he gets it.
I was thinking about him saying that, I think in a live stream once, and I was thinking, yes, I'm literally dealing with something like that right now. He's talking about actual toys, and I'm just doing a little illustration, but I was like, it looks so different from each one. Like, how am I going to get this right?
Yeah. But you just got to do your best, and it does. This poster looks great, both of them.
Thank you.
Personally, I think I'm in on the animation one. I just like that, like, richer tone, I think it is. Like, it's bright on the toy, and it's like a little more muted, but like, I don't know how to say, like warm, right? On the on the animation one. There's those two versions.
So
There's a third option.
And then we have an oversized 24 by 36 poster that has a little hand painted remark sketch in the lower right corner, and I did one of each of the 15 Autobots.
Oh, awesome!
So they're all painted in acrylic wash, and yeah, it's I wanted to make them unique for collectors. You know,
that's great.
One of a kind.
They can get those at More Art Gallery starting today, 6:20.
Starting today, yeah.
Perfect. Do you know what time?
I don't know what time. I'm hoping that they're up by now.
Perfect. Okay. So again, yeah. Thanks so much for stopping by. Like, this is
Thank
great.
you for having me.
We definitely want to do more of that. I'm going to ask the question because I want to know, because we all have our alliances on this team. Are you an Autobot or a Decepticon? Do you have a choice?
Man, I think I want to be an Autobot, but I might be a Decepticon at heart because I love Starscream so much.
Perfect. Starscream. That's a good choice. And again, everybody, head to More Art Gallery after you buy your pre-order toys from today, and check out the posters. Add them to your collection. Hang them up on your wall. These will be available today at More Art Gallery. Make sure to grab those after you pick up all your fun pre-orders. Rich, thank you so much for stopping by.
Thank you so much for having me, Ben. Appreciate it.
Great. And everybody, thanks for tuning in, checking this out. Make sure you post these on Instagram and wherever you like to put up your social media. And Rich, where can they find you?
On Instagram, Rich Pellegrino Art, and then on my website, just richpellegrino.com.
Perfect. Thank you again, Rich, for stopping by. So, we had a couple pre-orders last week that kind of came out of nowhere. Some of it had leaked. People knew half of the first one we're going to talk about. I really love all the comments. Everybody's like, oh, making us relive our trauma, and like, where's my credit card? I'm going to go buy it right now. Like, that was the whole point when we started talking about this, so it's perfect. Let's talk about the Studio Series Death Scene 2-pack.
All right, let's.
I love this. Love this pack. I just think, like,
your unbridled enthusiasm was the reason that this happened, because I might have pitched this as a joke, and then you were like, no, let's do it.
It's so good. Like, it's just, it's such an iconic part of the movie that building out the world of Studio Series 86, it just seemed like it needed to happen.
Well, okay, what is the mission statement for Studio Series? It's supposed to be like those iconic moments brought to life in toy, right? And what is more iconic than the death scenes of your favorite characters?
I mean, so good. The mouths, the shattered windows, I mean...
Yes, so this is also an homage to a previous Earthrise exclusive that we did, where you got Prowl and Ironhide.
Yep.
But these are obviously the updated Studio Series versions. So Prowl has a bit of new tooling. He has a new head and a new chest so that he can accept a blast effect port. One of the reasons I wanted to do it was because that Earthrise version that we previously released had black thighs and a black waist, and it was like, well, that's not right. So yeah, and then obviously you guys can see molded windows this time. Solid, clear. Yeah. Just another big point of difference for this character, for this package.
It makes the animation pop. You know, like it's like got
it
that
feels
feel.
animated.
Yellow stripe Ironhide too, right?
Yep,
That's
Ironhide's got his yellow stripe, he's got a new chest, and he's also got a screaming face.
I love the face.
Yeah,
it totally makes it makes, you can now really build the scene, and you just get a chance. I don't know. It's such a pivotal and important moment in the movie that it seemed like something we just needed to make as soon as you pitched it.
I should have brought a Megatron off the shelf so we could have him crawling around.
I might have been digging for something like that, but yeah. So obviously this comes with purple blast effects because Starscream blows them away.
Yeah, so good.
Yeah. Worked on the partial with Yuya-san for the one tool partial that we did there, but yeah, it's a fun set.
I love it.
I mean, we went back and forth on, well, should Prowl be gray? Because he also turns gray for like 1 second. And
we were trying to figure
Takara
out.
Tomy wrote back and was like, please don't.
Yes. It was like, are they dead or are they dying?
Yes.
Like, we were like, no, it's the action of the moment when they're getting hit with the blast. So
Exactly.
It's great. I'm glad the fan feedback has been as overwhelmingly positive as we were hoping it would be. It was slightly a hard sell to leadership, and they're like, "You're gonna make a what pack?"
A little bit.
They liked the idea, but they're like, "Is that a little too dark?" And we're like, "No, this is for the fans. This is an exclusive."
Our humor is?
I like the sculpted detail too on the blast damage. You know what I mean? Especially on that front.
We tried to get in there just because in animation it's just like a black void. So it's like, we'll just add like a bit of inner shell.
Perfect.
Love that.
All right, we had another buzzworthy Bumblebee. This time, not Studio Series, was Legacy, doing something that we've been trying to do for a long time with Transformers. And Mark and Hasui totally worked this out.
I'll help you.
And a huge value as well in the item, in the fact that you're getting a 4-pack for the price you did, along with some alternate heads. So as the guys bring these out, clearly there's a lot here. A 4-pack with 3 Deluxe and a Voyager. You all spoke overwhelmingly and bought this very quickly. I think it's pretty awesome.
You got everything.
I think so. Did I
We
miss
got
a
all
head?
heads.
We got all heads. We got to talk about the all heads. So yeah, this is your Legacy multi-pack for the year. There's a lot going on here.
There's a lot. So Hasui-san actually worked on the Auto Trooper and the Skullgrin partial that was the G2 Cybertronian Trooper. Obviously, if you collected G-Axis from the UK comics, that's the the G2 big bad. He has a whole entire army with him, which is all of these crazy looking Decepticon dudes. They're really
Such minty goodness.
they really, and, that was the color choice there was interesting because I almost went with the green that we actually did on Jaxus, but ended up doing the teal green because I wanted to show that they're the soldiers of Jaxus. They're not really on the level of Jaxus, you know what I mean? But he did come up with, Hasui came up with a great system of the face plates. Basically, the whole entire head does remove, but there's a piece that stays on the ball joint, so it's a very easy mix and match system. Unfortunately, the Quintesson Trooper and the Seeker do not have those, but they also, the Quintesson Trooper also has the Sharkticon head as well.
Perfect.
The Seeker does not have his alt head because his was an older WFC item right there, and his head construction was a little bit different than the other characters. But obviously, as you know, you want to flex out your entire army of Seekers. I mean,
and he appears way more purple here, as you're seeing, hopefully, then the pictures kind of just look a little blue. I know, like, for some of you, I kind of pulled you, just be like, does anybody want a purple Seeker, knowing this was coming? Like, we were just tracking to make sure this was going to come. So you do see it's a little more purple.
We'll say lavender.
A little more to the animation of, like, what he's supposed to be.
In the first 3 episodes, obviously, there were a bunch of extra characters in there to fill out the ranks of the Decepticons. And there were just a bunch of nameless Seekers and nameless cassettes that were just, like, random colors. Here you go.
Yeah, exactly. And he leaned blue a little bit in my opinion, but I still think that, it's a great Seeker builder, like, for your entire army. And then, I mean, we didn't even get into the other characters. There's, like, so many things going on here. The Auto Trooper, Kaplow, you know what I mean? It's like one of those things that I think everybody was thinking about.
Is that his name, Kaplow?
I saw a lot of comments about that being like, oh, we got an Autobot Trooper, right? They were very excited that they now have a army builder Autobot character. It's easy for the bad guys. We have a lot of that in the animation.
That alternator's head as well. That was cool. Yeah. I just
the old KISS players.
Yes,
so it's like, oh man, we're digging deep.
Yeah, we are digging deep here. I was pretty happy about. I love this the Bailiff mold here on the Quintesson Trooper. I mean, I know like Quintessons are just like kind of an obscure thing in the Transformers world. It's just very weird, but this mold is really awesome, and the weapon loadout for the guy, the accessories, is really thorough. Love that the dagger and the tail actually comes out. I love that feature, but we did try to do quite a bit of deco on his face and the gator face there.
I mean, looks like you nailed it.
Yeah. This pack is just wicked fun.
All right, so that's the recap. Thanks everybody. Huge support. Keep putting those comments. We love them online. But we didn't get a chance to talk about it. You got one more thing?
I got one more thing. Okay. The horns are actually removable, so you can actually kind of flex them down, flex them up. Yeah, it's pretty wild.
So fun. Yeah. But thanks again. have a chance. If you haven't pre-ordered yet, I think they're still available on Target. I'm pretty sure they sold out on Pulse pretty quickly, so sorry about that. But yeah, I think you can still pick them up at Target if you're looking to build out your collection.
I'm assuming a bunch of people grabbed a couple.
Yeah, I mean, that was the point, right? It's a troop builder pack. Was the I think.
Sure.
I hope so.
Yeah, I hope so. Yeah.
All
definitely.
right. So this has been really long. We have a couple more pre-orders happening this week. So we have the ones today that we talked about earlier, Studio Series Mirage and Studio Series Primal, as well as the Pulse exclusive core pack. But we also have 2 more pre-orders that are going to happen on Thursday. First is one that leaked out of our Canadian warehouse by accident. We had pipelined it a few streams ago. We have the classic Volvo VNR Optimus Prime. So let's finally show that off. Official reveal from our the stream here. This was a lot of fun. Clearly, you all got Holiday Optimus Prime at the end of last year. I got to reveal that in London. So we knew that we couldn't just stop there. We had to give you this nice, beautiful, classic Optimus Prime. What if Prime showed up today, drove by, a certain online delivery company truck that they use for their fleet, but did himself in his Optimus colors, his iconic red and blue.
Yeah,
and
classic.
His trailer, his classic G1 trailer.
Sam
Smith
worked on this.
Yep.
Yeah.
We're just covering for him again. But
So yeah, give us all the.
He looks spectacular. I
He looks
mean,
so good.
he's just with the classic colors. I mean, obviously we released this mold as the Santa Claus Prime,
Yeah.
the
Yep.
Santa Prime, which really looked good. But in these colors, it's really quite outstanding. It gives that classic punch, and
Pops, yeah.
that head sculpt is really, really gorgeous. The way Sam actually decoed this is really, really on point.
Yeah.
it's just a fantastic vehicle mode as well.
Yeah, the vehicle mode is
Yeah.
actually really stylish. Stylish truck.
It's a stylish truck, and huge thanks to Volvo for working with us on this. We modified the truck look just a little bit when it's in its vehicle mode, in that he has the blue fairings instead of the red fairings. When you get a red Volvo VNR, it's red there, but we needed to have his iconic blue legs to make him classic Optimus Prime when he converted. So clearly he has the Matrix in his chest, so that's super fun too. You can see it through. And he's got that awesome head as well. We had a fun, nice, awesome head sculpt on this.
Ooh, we painted that.
Yeah.
Ooh, that looks I like that. That's a nice little
good.
pop right
Yep.
there.
So this got all the yellow in there too, and for his arms and his waist. And just full on. How do you make a G1 Optimus Prime into a Volvo VNR? So
Boom.
this will be
Nailed
available
it.
for pre-order at Hasbro
Nailed
Pulse
it.
and Fan Channel on all the places that like to carry these items for us on Thursday. And then we started with Rise of the Beast, so let's end with the
bring it
Beast
back.
something.
Yeah.
Let's throw it. This is something 100% for the fans. We have a Predacon to show off. This is our next gen select of the year. Actually, I think it might be our last gen select of the year. It's going to come out this fall. But clearly, everybody knew this was coming. I think we hinted at it quite a lot along the way. So
I mean, just looking at this in the camera right now, as you can see, just like the crazy black ant deco and the alt head that you can make Scavenger from the Transmetal 2 line. If you opened up her chest, actually, she has a sculpt detail from the Scavenger. That is a little. Yeah, I wanted to paint it the teal green as well, but I couldn't because it was a PA part. But these colors here are just really killing it. I mean,
nice shine, metallic.
The raspberry metallic with a little bit of purple hits, and then even the eyes are very different from the original release of the Inferno. Still has obviously the cool posable head that you can do all kinds of different things. I almost actually ended up doing the raspberry metallic as the head sculpt as well instead of the purple, but there was something about the purple that really stood out. This whole color scheme, yet again, it's one of those color schemes that you see and you're just like, wow, definitely want a toy of that.
And the sculpt is still just awesome on this, that realistic, an ant should not be this big, but it is, and it looks great.
The Inferno mold is just spectacular.
Yeah, so well done.
That texture that you got on there, it looks great.
I believe Shusan worked on this with me,
So yes,
spectacular.
this will
Gen
be
Selects,
our final Gen Select of the year. So you'll be able to get this again on Thursday, 1 p.m. Eastern, Hasbro Pulse. Other fine toy retailers that take place on all these pre-orders with us. So yeah, this is going to be a fun week. We got pre-orders today. We got pre-orders on Thursday.
A lot of stuff.
A lot of
toys to buy.
Legacy Wave 4,
A lot of toys
TBD.
to
We will
buy.
let you know when we can get that. We're trying to be mindful. Clearly, there's a lot happening, a lot of stuff coming. July is going to be busy. We might still have some more reveals that are going to kind of be a see now, buy now thing that some people definitely know are coming from stuff we've revealed before. We're going to try to see if we can get that in front of you before that happens. Just really want to show that off. So we got some more stuff. Still got stuff to show.
Stuff.
We had a movie.
We had a
this,
movie.
there's-
It's still doing great.
We got to go to SDCC.
Transformers!
I think I put a post on LinkedIn after the first week. I was like, "We're number one," and just shared info about the box office, and it was great. It was super awesome
For this one moment. Yeah.
And it's all because
of the fans.
The
Yes,
fans.
thank you so much.
Correct.
Yes, it is.
Thank you
So,
very much.
let's recap a little. Rise of the Beast. If you haven't bought Wave 1, we got it all up here behind us, as well as Rhinox was in Wave 2. Still pre-order Rhinox. Wave 1 available now. Purchase on Hasbro Pulse. Pretty sure if you order today, it should ship. So while you're doing your pre-orders this afternoon, add some Rise of the Beast stuff if you missed it.
Sounds good.
What else? We have all the new stuff. Studio Series Mirage, Studio Series Primal, both of those pre-order today, 1 p.m. Eastern. Again, Hasbro Pulse, as well as our other fine online retailers that are taking place in these pre-orders. We also have the Pulse exclusive Core Optimus Prime and Bumblebee playset super pack. That is so fun. I think everybody is really going to gravitate towards that.
cool.
Super. I need some.
Yeah.
And then, so much reveals. And then these other two, we have the Volvo Optimus Prime and the Gen Select will be available on Thursday, 1 p.m. Eastern, so keep an eye on the socials for that. It'll go up. It's a good week.
Yeah.
Transformers
Legacy Wave
Tuesday,
4, yeah.
Transformers Thursday. We're taking over the whole week.
Yeah,
Legacy Wave 4.
And then Legacy Wave 4, we will definitely be back with information on that as soon as it gets slotted for a date.
Guy, how does he remember all this stuff?
That's why he's talking. That's fine.
You guys want to add anything else before we
Art
give away?
prints, I guess.
Oh yeah, art prints. If you again,
there you
thanks
go.
to Rich for stopping by. I think I'm gonna get the animation one. I like that warmer tone that he got in that one.
I like the vintage crackle.
Yeah.
I'm into the vintage crackle.
So it was a lot.
It was all good. Please go see Rise of the Beast.
Please, if you have not seen it yet, I
It's
know it's kind of
fantastic.
weird. I'm wearing an Autobot shirt. I feel a little out of place. This is from the Amazon Battle for Brooklyn exclusive set. So if you're on Amazon, you're looking for some fun apparel from that movie, they have a whole slew of designs that you can get there as well. Make sure to go to Hasbro Pulse. We have a lot of fan merch for Transformers. You haven't bought that
I
yet.
bought some things. I couldn't
June is
resist.
Pride Month, so we have a Pride.
We do
Optimus
have a lot
Prime
of
shirt,
Pride
and,
stuff
yeah.
going on, so it's great. Since I'm wearing Optimus, I guess we can do an Autobots rollout today. I know I always push it a little Decepticon-y, but so that'll do it for us. Thank you for joining us for another Hasbro Pulse fan stream. Thanks for sticking with us. We know there was a lot. We'll recap it all. Make sure to check all our socials. We'll give you guys some more behind-the-scenes info. But we're good.
Yeah, we're good.
Autobots roll out.